going on, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to Scrambled episode 10. Probably a very hyped one for both of us. I am Kazie.
Darnell.
Just look at it. Yep, it's time. We gotta talk about it. VCU versus Texas at the Siegel Center. So enough scrambling. Let's scramble, literally. All right, brother. VCU versus Texas.
Ooh,
It
yeah.
happens tonight, 7 p.m. ESPN2, Siegel Center. It's gonna be lit. Full of emotion because Shaka Smart makes his awaited return to the Siegel Center with Texas, and he's already looking for his 200th career win, ironically against his former team, if that is possible, and he takes on his friend, now turned foe for 40 minutes, Mike Rhodes, along with VCU. You have Justin Tillman and Williams that were recruited by Shaka. So you have a lot of emotion, a lot of headlines going into the game already, but possibly the main question that everybody has to answer, Darnell, will you cheer or will you boo when Shaka Smart is introduced to the arena as the head coach of the Texas Longhorns?
I would cheer, hopefully, and I hope everyone else does. I mean, let's not forget what he has done. Of course, multiple NCAA tournament appearances, multiple conference championships. The sellout streak started with him, and let's not forget that Final Four appearance in 2011.
Yeah,
It's
first
not
Final Four, yeah.
Yeah, it's not to say that people before Coach Smart haven't had success.
Props to
but,
Claypool and Grant.
But Shaka was the one that elevated VCU and kind of made it into a national brand.
Right.
I mean, havoc.
That's all.
That's all I need to say. But hopefully, I wouldn't be surprised if VCU internally is working on some type of homage, some type of thank you to Coach Smart for what he's done. But with that being said, before the game, be appreciative. When the game starts, all bets are off. Treat him like you would treat any other coach, whether it was Archie Miller or Blaine Taylor, Jeff
Lord.
Jones, Chris Mooney.
Woo.
He is basically one of them.
He is the enemy!
He is the enemy. Just be loud. And especially, it's going to be weird because when Coach Smart was coach, he's always on the bench at the West End. This time he's on the East End.
East side!
Give him hell. Give him hell.
Yes, I agree 100% with you, Darnell. I would cheer and give him a tip of the hat, standing ovation when he is introduced, or even when I see him pre and post game for the game tonight. And I also agree with you. Once the starting introduction is done, once the opening buzzer is done, once they come out to the floor and that ball is about to be tipped off by the referee, war ensues. The Battle of Siegel Center begins, and VCU needs to reign supreme. All the fans, even the ball kids, anybody that's in the arena that's wearing a VCU shirt and supporting VCU, cheer your asses off and give support to those boys because they're going to need you.
It's a gold out too, so.
Man, it's gold out, and you get a free t-shirt. So represent that gold t-shirt. But speaking of the game, let's talk about this. They have a Mo, not our Mo, but they have possibly, arguably, a more ferocious, athletic version of Mo Ali Cox and Mohamed Bamba, who has a 10.3 points per game average and averages about 9.7 rebounds per game. So, how do you stop that, per se?
The one thing I would definitely say is you want to, with VC right now, with Tillman being able to shoot a three, you got another dimension to his game. You can isolate him one-on-one, stretch the floor out, which leads to more driving lanes. But one thing I would definitely try to go at him and try to get him into foul trouble, try to get him out of the game, and then see what the subs can do. But, I mean, the problem isn't, it doesn't start and end with him. They have Current Roach, Dylan Ostakowski, I believe I said it right. But they have multiple weapons on this team. And this team is, like I said, pretty good. They're much improved from where they were last year. We can say that with confidence because last year they were terrible. I mean, terrible. But this team much improved, and they've had big games. They've blown big leads to Duke. But, I mean, they show they can play with these higher caliber, these top teams, and they should be able to play with VCU.
Right.
But the biggest thing with them last year, 0-11 on the road. Not good. This year, better team, but this is their first true road test. How are they going to be when they walk in the Siegel Center? That the animal that is going to be tomorrow night might not be an animal. It's probably just going to be a beast.
Yeah, basically.
But, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see.
It is going to be lit. And Shaka Smart has already warned them about Siegel. I mean, he's been there for 6 years. He knows how loud that place can get. So just imagine big game, big atmosphere against your former head coach, against a team that is nationally recognized, and you have a chance to get a big resume win for March at home.
Something that VCU incredibly lacks right now.
And Texas is a good team, but they have a deep bench. They just don't have point production at a high level from that bench. So like you said, if getting their main starting players in trouble early on foul trouble leads them to go more to their bench, that could play in VCU's favor. Also, perimeter defense needs to be top notch because they're not a big three-pointer type of team. But if it's wide open, like it's been the last couple of games for some certain plays, that might be an issue as well. So just play the game. Havoc has to be really, really on lock. Like you gotta limit turnovers, limit everything, and just let it fly. Just
see what you can do it. But I mean, Coach Smart, he was the creator of Havoc.
Yes.
So two similar schemes. He probably knows. So the old saying goes, you might have taught someone everything they know, but you might not have taught them everything you know. But I mean, interesting dynamic because Coach Rose and Coach Smart. Rose has been doing this longer than Coach Smart.
We'll see if the Havoc student becomes the Havoc master of the sensei. A little bit of Japanese. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this preview. VCU versus Texas, 7 p.m., ESPN 2. If you're not at the Siegel Center, check it out. It's well worth your time. Go Rams.
Have fun.
Enjoy. Be rowdy.